So now we are entering the closing session. It's the last one, we promise. Thank you to everyone who attended the thematic panels and the sponsor talks, and also the best poster, the best scientific paper award of 2022. Now, if I could invite Dr. Sergi Girona to the stage so we can start the closing session.
Okay. And there is a telephone?
That's mine.
Okay. So, thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed a lot. I did. Unfortunately, I cannot make all the meeting because I have to do with installation of Management 5 and strong discussions. But anyhow, I'm looking forward to having the system installed. I think it's important for all of us. We've been having 2 days intensive. Okay, with long time for talking between each of us, with topics that I think it was of our interest, a bit different than in the other years. So the questionnaires or the surveys will tell us whether we prefer this way or the other way, so more scientific or more dialogue and analysis, okay? What I have to say is thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for the sponsors. Looking forward to see you next year, okay? We have chosen a location that I'm sure that you will be willing to go, okay? And then Alberto will be announcing when he's awarding the prize for the winner of the poster, okay? Because he's part of the prize, he's participating in the next conference, correct?
Yes, I have a PPT and everything, so you can do it.
Thank you.
So, yeah. It is actually Sergi in the photo, but you already know my face since I've been on this stage at every session. So my name is Alberto Gomez, RES Program Manager. You probably all have received an email from me, so now you can put a face to the email. So as Sergi was already telling, we at this session normally award the best scientific paper and the best poster awards of this year. So the best scientific paper, we've received various number of papers, and then we send them to a scientific panel, and they decide to award the best scientific paper award to the best in terms of the scientific work that is done and the quality of the paper that's been presented. So in this year, should I announce it? Okay.
Just trying to read it.
Yeah, the RES Outstanding Scientific Paper Award goes to Grigory Astraharchik. There's a name from Georgia, so it's really difficult to pronounce. But for his paper on the many body-bound states and induced interactions of charged impurities in a bosonic bath. This paper has been published in Nature Communications in 2023. And it was the one who received the most votes by a long shot in the scientific panel. So Grigory, unfortunately, couldn't be here today because he's on a flight to another conference. But I spoke to him earlier this evening, and he's really thankful, and he's hoping to have a picture when he's back with Sergi Girona handing him the diploma. So hopefully we can achieve that. Yeah, I mean, he's in the area. He works in Barcelona, so I think we can do it. Okay, and Now, for the best poster award, we had a total of 9 posters, so thank you to everyone who submitted one. But we decided, and I say we, but I didn't vote, so it's mainly you. You decided to give the award to Thomas Northam for the hydroxybenzenes for thermal energy. This is the poster. I don't feel capable to explain what this is about. So if I could just ask Thomas to the stage to do a brief explanation and just so we can give you the diploma, please, Thomas.
Okay, well, I'll put this here. So thank you very much for, well, I guess for this honor and for, I guess, inviting me here to give this poster. So, so a big problem with energy and industry is that a large amount of the energy that's generated is actually wasted in the form of heat. And with the whole problem of climate change and that kind of stuff, it would be very nice to actually reuse that heat for other purposes, for example, heating campuses, something like that. So what I work on is on something called thermal energy storage, where we actually can store that wasted heat. And the materials that we use for this thermal energy storage is called phase change materials, where it is through the change of phase, where or through a phase change, where the heat is either stored or released. So you can see here, it is through the solid to a liquid transition where the energy is stored, and then when we go back, when we crystallize, we release that heat. There are many sort of phase change materials candidates, but the ones that I worked in are dihydroxybenzenes, which you can see there are benzene with an OH at the 1,2, 1,3, or 1,4 site. And what we studied both experimentally and computationally was the sort of the thermal behavior difference between them. And what we found out actually is that by simply changing the location of the OH, independent, it's exactly the same composition, but by simply changing the location of the OH, you have drastic changes in the thermal behavior. So for example, in the 1,4, which is the hydroquinone, it doesn't matter how fast you cool or you heat, you always crystallize. While with the resorcinol, which is the 1,3, it's very easy to classify the system. This sort of knowing the thermal behavior of the systems is very useful because this way we can know what is the best application. So for example, hydroquinone, because it crystallizes very easily, it's very useful for solar panels, while resorcinol, which is the 1,3, might be useful for other applications, I don't know. So that is the simple terms, and we actually used computational models computational equipment or models, yes, to study the behavior both in sort of a single crystal and also in a monomer. That is sort of very. So I have very little time, so I think that's sort of the best I can give you. Thank you very much.
As the recipient of the Best Poster Award, Thomas has been invited to the conference next year. First, we'd like to thank you for coming here, and yes, we wanted to solve the mystery, but I think it's not much of a mystery anymore, since there are lots of whistleblowers in the room. So, so we can already say that we try to locate the RES conference every year in a different city, a city that hosts a node of the European or the Spanish Supercomputing Network. And next year, it will be in Malaga. from the 17th to the 19th of September 2024. So, mystery solved, I guess.
So, looking forward, see you Malaga in a year from now. And last statement, please give a big applause to Alberto and the team that has been working on the preparation of the conference. Have a safe trip back home. Thank you.